If I ask you who is popularly referred to as the Hindu Hriday Samrat, no doubt most of our viewers will answer Balasaheb Thackeray. If I ask you who defined the chronology of nationalism before regionalism by popularizing the slogan Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, no doubt once again most of you will answer Shiv Sena founder Balasaheb Thackeray. So naturally, one would assume his legacy would be carried forward by his heirs as well. Well, that is debatable, and the reason is also quite obvious. The anti-Hindu moves of his son and party patriarch Uddhav Thackeray are tarnishing his legacy. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, in this video, I will tell you how Uddhav Thackeray is once again making us realize how Islamic he really is. So, let's begin. Bal Keshav Thackeray, an unapologetic Hindu leader, owns a legacy that cannot and should not be forgotten. In the Indian tradition, the kins take forward the legacy of family patriarchs. However, it's not the case with Bal Thackeray's son and Shiv Sena Supremo Uddhav Thackeray. Uddhav Thackeray, after aligning with the secular parties driven by the greed of chief ministership, has shed the nationalistic Hindutva legacy of Balasaheb. Though he has many deeds to advocate for this, he recently added another one to the list by targeting the Indian government on the profit row. Uddhav Thackeray was late to join the bunch of supporters cheerleading for Islamists. After the controversy around Nupur Sharma's comments looked done and dusted, Uddhav Thackeray decided to sneak in and his secularism-tainted opinion on the matter. Uddhav Thackeray, in his rally in Aurangabad organized on Wednesday, targeted the Bharatiya Janata Party over the profit row and the remarks of former BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma in the TV debate. Thackeray, in an attempt to take a jibe at the Modi government, forgot all the boundaries and went on to claim that the country had faced an embarrassing situation at the international level due to the Bharatiya Janata Party. While saying so, he might have forgotten the suspension of Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal issued by BJP High Command. The profit row had gained unnecessary hype, and it was bound to happen as it was blasphemy against the minority community of India. India's situation was a bit delicate as the picture was projected of India being alone when the entire Islamic world has ganged up against her. Uddhav Thackeray, fueling the propaganda, further tried in cashing it for petty politics. Thackeray in his rally said it was brought to its knees and was forced to apologize by the Gulf nations. India had recently slammed the Biden administration as it attempted to use the well-tested formula of Islamist appeasement ahead of the midterm elections. India slammed the US for using vote bank politics in international relations, and Uddhav Thackeray is guilty of the same crime, endangering India's international relations for the sake of petty party politics. From this, it is clearly visible that Uddhav Thackeray needs a few lessons, not only on international relations but on India's foreign policy as well. He needs to be reminded that India has been practicing an independent foreign policy, unlike that of Thackeray's allies who committed blunders under the curtains of the non-alignment movement. Uddhav Thackeray also needs to study India's foreign policy and its evolution under the leadership of PM Modi. India has intact ties with the Gulf nations, and the Modi government has put all its efforts into establishing such ties. Uddhav Thackeray and others like him think that India can be cowed down, and propagandists of the fifth generation warfare have the potential to damage India's reputation and its international status. India and the Gulf hold historical, cultural, religious, economic and strategical ties. PM Modi had focused significantly to maintain good relations with the Gulf nations since the beginning of his term in 2014. Most importantly, none of the two countries can shed their relations sharing mutual dependencies as shared by India and the Gulf. Uddhav Thackeray in his rally raised a question, and an unnecessary one at that. Uddhav asked about the need of finding shivlings beneath mosques and targeted the Bharatiya Janata Party over the same. He said, "Our worry is shivling lying beneath which mosque? What is under the Taj Mahal? What is under the Gyanvapi Masjid? The man who lived as an unapologetic Hindu leader has handed over his legacy to a man who is hell-bent on denying the cultural imposition on Hindus. Here is a question for Uddhav Thackeray. Why would the Shiv Sena Supremo want to deny the centuries-long cultural genocide carried out against the Hindus of this nation by the invaders?